to a debate with two major Front Range concerns squaring off. The need for more housing up against preserving our dwindling open space. Westminster is considering a plan to develop 230 acres of mostly farmland. This will create much needed housing, but opponents are determined to protect a large piece of open space in a dense part of the metro area. That farm, which is the core of the planned development, is in the area around 84th and Federal. This map gives you an idea of the size of the property compared to its surroundings. Our Alan Janae in Westy tonight. And Alan, we've been covering this proposal for 2 years. Sounds like we're close to a resolution.
Well, the City Council will go until midnight behind me in this building, the City Hall here tonight. Then they'll be talking more about it on Wednesday before their first vote. Now, they're just starting to hear some public comment about this big plan for what's called the Uplands development on 5 different parcels. It would mean 2,300 additional homes, but 10,000 people have signed a petition already against it. City Council chambers were crowded, people thinking about the future of unique open land. Karen Ray lives nearby and is fighting the project with a group called Save the Farm.
You can't find that anywhere. There's nothing like that left in the metropolitan area. This is it.
Of the 5 parcels that currently belong to the Pillar of Fire Church, the farm is the biggest by far, north of what's known as Westminster Castle. Developer Jeff Hanlon at Oriad Capital says they've listened in hundreds of neighborhood and city meetings.
We've incorporated a lot of what we heard. More open space, nearer to the edges. For those that don't want to see the community developed, I would remind them that 100 years ago, this was slated for a traditional mixed-use neighborhood.
But there are worries about growth, water use, and loss of open space.
I think there's responsible development, and then there's irresponsible development. This is an irresponsible project for what this land is.
But the developers say there will be newly opened parks.
That land, while it is open in physical space, is private, fenced private property. And by developing these 47 acres of park, we're actually inviting the neighbors in.
But to some here, it's too much development and not enough of what they've had for years.
We have one world, and we're going to leave it to the next generation. How are we going to leave it?
Now, the council, of course, won't have its first vote until after hearing what are potentially hundreds of comments from the public on this one. Now, there is a wide variety of housing in this development, including what the developers call missing middle, a significant amount for middle-class buyers, presumably. And there's also more affordable housing. But one council member already said tonight, he has said not enough. In Westminster, I'm Alan Janae, covering Colorado First.